this will probably just about do me, I would think. Oh, that's quite steep. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite steep here, which is fine until I want to leave and I've got to drag it up there. But anyway, we'll worry about that later. But as a high tide, it's going to get right down on the edge. So shouldn't be coming up any higher now. Hopefully. Right, so let's get set up. Hello, well, I'm all set up here on the beach at Weybourne. I've walked a little way down the beach to the left of the car park, so I'm more towards Kellin, but I haven't quite reached Kellin, so but moved this far down because there was quite a few people looked as if they were mackerel fishing, although I haven't heard about any mackerel being about here yet. No, I haven't seen any caught, and it looks like one or two of them have given up now. In fact, I think probably all of them have. Maybe they were just fishing it up till high tide, which is should be about half an hour, 3/4 an hour over high tide now, which is why I'm right next to the surf, which makes a change because I've literally got 3 paces and I can grab hold of my rod. In fact, as they're a little bit too close, I can't see the tips unless I lean forward. There's plenty of colour in the water, so I don't know what there's going to be here today. I was hoping maybe a bass. Always hope for a bass. But there may be, there have been some smooth hands caught here. Again, whether they're still here, who knows? But we'll just see what happens. But it's lovely just to be on the beach. These are today's baits. That's a lugworm I picked up from Overstrand on my way here this morning, and there you can see a prawn that's wrapped in a squid. I know it looks really big there, but what I do is I cut the head off the squid when I bait it up, because that's where a lot of the juices and that come out of the sort of just behind the head on the prawn. So I cut that off and then wrap it on the dongle. And then there's the little bits of bluey that I've got ready to put on the dongle as well. As you can see, some more in there. And then in there I've got the squid heads and some strips of squid that I can just put on the ordinary J hooks on the clip down, and we'll try with those. But I've got my hat on to protect myself from the sun. I've got my sunscreen on, so I've got some sunglasses with me now. I lashed out and bought some prescription sunglasses, so protect the eyes as well, because you really need to if you're on the beach. I don't know how many of you do who fish regularly, put on the sunscreen and that, but I know a couple of years ago now I had to have a part of this ear removed because it had a bit of skin cancer in it, so I had a chunk of ear taken out, which the consultant did say could be caused by sun exposure. So you need to take precautions against that, because you know that's easy enough to do. A bit of sunscreen, decent hat, and I always wear a long sleeve shirt. I always wear this is my fishing shirt. That's nice and thick for winter time to keep you warm, and nice and thick in the summertime to protect you from the sun. The only thing I do get, I have had sunburnt hands just on the back of the hands here before, so I try and keep them at the sun as much as possible. But God, horrible, I hate having sunburn. The 2-hook clip down with the lugworm on's been in about 5 minutes. So what I'll probably do, I'll give it another 5-10 minutes to get the lugworm one in, see what that's like, bait that, cast it out again, and then I'll get the dongle rig on, and we'll see how that's got on. Like I said, there is a king prawn on there which I peeled, put on a baiting needle, and then I got a squid, took the head off and as much guts as I could out of it, and then slid it over the top of the prawn and wrapped it up with bait elastic. Now what I'm hoping is that the squid will just give the prawn some protection if there are crabs out there, and that just baits up easier. Those prawns I find a little bit delicate, so we'll see how we get on with that. Hopefully it attracts a fish as well, but we'll see. Got to try these things. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I've got my stove ready. I'm going to get my cup out and put the kettle on, have a cup of tea. Yeah, it is lunchtime now, so I'll have a sandwich as well. So I'll be back with you in a little while. Right, let's get this sewer clipped in. Nothing on here, that's for certain. Probably no bait either. No, all stripped clean. Oh. So we'll quickly get this baited up and get it out again. Right, let's get this out. Right, now let's get this one in. Tighten the drag up helps. Cool. Little bit of weed on here. It felt like that was fairly stuck on the bottom when I tried to bring it in. Not really very touched, that one. Anyway, let's cut that off and we'll stick another one in. Right, been fishing for about an hour and a half now. Had one 24cm dab and that's all I've had. I had one really good bite not so long ago. When I struck on it, I thought, oh, there's something here, and then that went light, so obviously didn't hook up whatever it was, but I felt like there was something decent on there, which is a shame. But apart from that, it's been really quiet. But not that I really mind. Not a bad day for sitting on the beach. I had a cup of tea, had my dinner, so we'll just see how we get on from here. I keep rebaiting the dongle rig. Can't decide whether I really like that or whether I'd just rather use a pulley pennel. Don't know about that. I can't decide yet whether to persevere with it or whether to go back just using 2 J hooks instead of the circle in the dongle. But we'll have to see how I get on. But I haven't had anything on that. And the baits hadn't really been touched. The bluey wasn't even touched at all that I cast out. But and the squid or the prawn, raptive squid, that weren't really touched either. So doesn't seem to be a lot of crab activity. So which isn't too bad. But no weed. Or just the odd little tiny bit, but nothing to actually worry about. So hasn't been too bad at all in that respect. Just not very many, just only the one fish though. And like I say, that one really good bite, which I was convinced there was a decent fish on there to start with, but as happens sometimes, you know, when you think there's something there, don't necessarily turn up, they don't hook up for whatever reason. Right, I've just rebaited, well, what was my dongle rig, but I've now gone back to a 2-hook pennel rig, pulley pennel. I'm not convinced by this dongle rig. Again, I thought I had a bite. I started reeling in, that really felt as if I had something on there, but then it went light, and I'm not certain whether it just had hold of the bait rather than taking it right in and getting caught. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe, well, could have left it a bit longer maybe, but I don't know. So I've gone back to a J-hook setup, so we'll see whether we catch anything with that. Because I'm like I say, it might just be me, just inexperience with the dongle rig and not really baiting it up possibly correctly, I don't know. So maybe I'll have a go with that another day, but at the moment I've gone back to the J hooks and we'll see how we get on with that. Just about time for another rebait on the blow lug. I'll go tip it off this time with some squid, and we'll see how we get on with that, whether that improves things anymore, because I still only had that one dab. So I'll get that in, rebait that, and we'll see how we go on. Right, so we've just got a prawn bait on here now. The squid bit came off, so maybe it wasn't such a good idea to do it quite how I did it. It just tends to just come off. Anyway, plenty of yuck on this, so there's plenty of stuff in the prawn that's come out. Oops. Right. Let's chuck it out. Fingers crossed. We may catch something. Although I'm not particularly hopeful, but you never know. Not exactly a very streamlined bait, not very straight. Is there a bite? As you look at it, that'll be the left-hand one. I don't know, it's my imagination when you get the odd little flutter on it. But that's the big pulley pennel one. You'd have thought if I'd had a bite on that, that would have been something a bit obvious. It might be, I don't know. I'm going to have a look anyway. Oh. The answer is no. Definitely nothing on here. Although the bait is fairly smashed up. That was a prawn without the squid on, just a prawn on its own. And it's just been, well, actually, don't know, it's not in a very good state anyway. Okay, I changed the dongle rig to pulley pennel. Well, I've taken that off now. I've had nothing at all on that either. So what I've done now, I've got a 3-hook flapper where I had the pulley pennel, and I'm just keeping that in short, and then the 2-hook clipped, I'm casting out further, sort of as far as I can really. But however I've varied the distances, it hasn't really made any difference. But definitely had nothing on the big baits at all, so I'm just scratching around really to see whether there's anything I can get at all. But apart from that, still only had that one dab, which is a bit of a shame, but you never know, it might be a last minute fish that'll make everything worthwhile and I'll go happy. 50 centimetre bass, how about that? No, that would be nice. But somehow I don't think that's going to happen. I'll have another cup of tea in a minute, I think, and maybe a biscuit. I brought some chocolates and a Yorkie bar with me, and I was going to have a bit off that every time I caught a fish. But I'll give up on that. I thought, cool, I'll have loads, I thought. I should have known better, shouldn't I? Well, all I got is that one little dab. But anyway, I should keep watching these rod tops. I swear sometimes the longer you watch them, you convince yourself there's a bite on there when there ain't. Especially when you just look away for some reason. Oh God, there was a bite on there when I just looked away. Wishful thinking on my part, I think. But we'll keep soldiering on. You never know your luck. And you certainly need a bit of luck. Well, caught something else. Little 23 centimetre dab this time. So just unhooked him. I'll take him back, drop him back in the sea. So that cheered me up. Another dab, 23 centimetre this time. A little bit, just that net, smaller than the other one. But anyway, 2 fish. Now another 1 or 2, just to finish the session off, because it's now, well, it's 5 o'clock, just gone now. So I might have another hour, depends on how much bait I've got left. But I may not quite get down to low tide. I had thought I'd fish right from high right down to low. I may run out of bait before then, because I've just been changing it so regularly without any fish, but we shall see. Fingers crossed. Just another one would be nice for the pack up. Oh, this wind and that does make me thirsty. Must make another cup of tea. Right, the kettle was then going to boil, and I saw a rattle on there, and a nice little flounder. But he has, he's mullered that. Might be a case of through the gills job, see when I can get it out. Yeah, it's right down in his gut. That's why I can't move it. No, he ain't gonna come out. I'll have to euthanize him. Well, that's me and done, near enough. Last cast through in the water. Sun's just come out. I've had 2 dabs, 1 flounder, and that's been it. But it's been quite a pleasant afternoon, really. Best of the weather is probably now, and we're just about half an hour from low tide. So, well, thank you for watching this. Sorry there weren't a lot of fish to show you, but that's the way it is sometimes. I've been here before and not caught anything at all, so I've done better than I have in the past, so I can't complain. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. It'd be lovely to have you along on the channel, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye. You don't want anything in there.
Grab us one and then I'll look.
Done.